Hey there, Bible scholar. Yeah, that's you. You're a Bible scholar. You clicked on this video and you're here to review the Bible, so that makes you a scholar. Hello, 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 tribe. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Taneza. I am the mother of 3 dynamic children living in the heart of NYC on an adventure. To be honest with you, my first time ever reading through the Bible. It is awesome, awesome, awesome to have you on the adventure with me. All you have to do is smash that subscribe button below. Hey, day ones. Hey, Miss Arlene. Happy Friday, everyone. Before we get into today's text, I just want to let you guys know that we will be having these reviews 3 days a week. I hope that way it can be a little bit more manageable for people that do want to read through the Bible this year and may not have the time or the availability to read every single day. So I thought maybe slowing it down to 3 days a week would make it bite-sized and more manageable. And then hopefully more and more people will be on our journey with us. Okay. I will be reading out of NIV, New International Version, but whatever translation you have, stick with it. And if you do not have a Bible, do not worry. Every verse that I read, I will make sure that I put it on the screen as well. All right. Just a quick catch up. We have finished Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers. We are now in Deuteronomy. Today's video will be a review of Deuteronomy chapters 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's jump into it, okay? Okay. My plan is to upload reviews Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. But if for some reason my schedule has to be revised, you will still definitely get 3 reviews a week. Okay? And to let your friends or your family or people that you know that want to read the Bible know, you can pass my videos along. I'm just hoping that going from 30 chapters a week to 15 chapters a week, maybe more people will be apt to join us because it's more manageable. Let's just see how it goes. We can always go back. All right. Deuteronomy chapter 6. Love the Lord your God. I wanted to read for you guys verse 5 of chapter 6. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. I mentioned this in prior videos. He was my boyfriend then in 2006. He's my husband now. Gave me this Bible. It's his old Bible. And so I always try to read for you guys the verses that had been previously underlined. So I wanted to read for you in chapter 6, verses 10, 11, 12, and 13. Verse 10, when the Lord your God brings you into the land he swore to your fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give you a land with large, flourishing cities you did not build. Verse 11, houses filled with all kinds of good things you did not provide, wells you did not dig, and vineyards and olive groves you did not plant. Then when you eat and are satisfied, verse 12, be careful that you do not forget the Lord who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. Verse 13, fear the Lord your God, serve him only, and take your oaths in his name. In the future, it says in this chapter, make sure that you pass on the story of how the Lord brought the Israelites out of Egypt. Deuteronomy chapter 7, there are instructions. When the Lord brings you to a new land meant for you to possess, you must destroy them totally. It says in verse 2 of chapter 7, when the Lord your God has delivered them over to you and you have defeated them, Then you must destroy them totally. Make no treaty with them and show them no mercy. The Israelites don't have the Lord's favor on them because they are large in number. But in verses 8 and 9, verse 8, it was because the Lord loved you, speaking to the Israelites, and kept the oath he swore to your forefathers, that he brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you from the land of slavery, from the power of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Verse 9, know therefore that the Lord your God is God. He is the faithful God, keeping his covenant of love to 1,000 generations of those who love him and keep his commands. Oh, so beautiful. All the blessings they will receive if the Israelites pay attention to the laws and follow them. Their blessings for their families, for their livestock, for their crops, for their health. Chapter 8, I wanted to read, they're underlined already. Verses 1, 2, and 3. Verse 1, be careful to follow every command I am giving you today, so that you may live and increase and may enter and possess the land that the Lord promised on oath to your forefathers. Verse 2, remember how the Lord your God led you all the way in the desert these 40 years to humble you, to test you, in order to know what was in your heart, whether or not you would keep his commands. Verse 3, he humbled you, causing you to hunger, and then feeding you with manna, which neither you nor your fathers had known, to teach you that man does not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of the Lord. So beautiful. Do not forget the Lord, I have in my notes. Then I have verse 11 of chapter 8. Be careful that you do not forget the Lord your God, failing to observe his commands, his laws, and his decrees that I am giving you this day. The Lord brought you, Moses is speaking to the Israelites, out of Egypt. The Lord led you through the desert. The Lord gave you manna to eat. If you do forget the Lord, you will be destroyed, he tells them. Chapter 9. Moses reminds the Israelites how they provoked the Lord. I have in my notes the golden calf, verse 7. Remember this, never forget how you provoked the Lord your God to anger in the desert. From the day you left Egypt until you arrived here, you have been rebellious against the Lord. How? How, you may ask? Verse 16. When I looked, Moses is speaking, I saw that you had sinned against the Lord your God. You had made for yourselves an idol cast in the shape of a calf. You had turned aside quickly from the way that the Lord had commanded you. Moses too was angered by the Israelites being corrupt. He broke the tablets in anger. Then he fasted 40 days, 40 nights on their behalf. I wanted to read for you verse 27 of chapter 9. Remember your servants, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Overlook the stubbornness. This is Moses speaking to God. Overlook the stubbornness of this people, their wickedness, and their sin. Again, Moses reminds God of his promise. Why? Because God's a promise keeper. That's why. Chapter 10. I want to read for you guys verse 1. At that time, the Lord said to me, chisel out 2 stone tablets like the first ones. Come up to me on the mountain. Also make a wooden chest. I have in my note the 10 commandments were recorded on the 2 tablets. I wanted to read for you a previously underlined verse in chapter 10, verse 12. Fear the Lord. The verse says, and now, O Israel, what does the Lord your God ask of you but to fear the Lord your God, to walk in all his ways, to love him, to serve the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. And in this context, fear is not to be scared of, but fear in terms of revere and respect. Verse 20. Fear the Lord your God, serve him, hold fast to him, take your oaths in his name. I loved it, the hold fast. I was like, ooh, let me do that this week. Let me hold fast. Hold fast. I mean, in my mind, I have an image of like holding fast, like the Titanic is sinking, and you're holding fast to the life preservers. You're clutching, you're grasping, you're not letting go. And chapter 10 ends with verse 22, the promise that the Lord kept. Verse 22, your forefathers who went down into Egypt were 70 in all. And now the Lord your God has made you as numerous as the stars in the sky. You guys remember when we reviewed Genesis, how God promised Abraham that his descendants would be as many as the stars in the sky. And I mean, it's a promise fulfilled. It came as 70, and now hundreds of thousands. All right, not tribe. Well, you are tribe members. Hopefully you have subscribed. But my Bible scholars, you are special to me. You are a special group of tribe members that I have a heart for. Cheers to you. I'm gonna edit this hopefully and get it up on Friday. This is wood. It's really glass, but I hope that you have an amazing weekend. Please be safe in these celebrations that you have or go to on Sunday. And I look forward to seeing you. Our next video review will be of Numbers No. Oh, girl, we finished Numbers? No, Deuteronomy. Our next review will be of Deuteronomy, chapters 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. As always, scholars, any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and drop those in the comments below, or any revelations. I hope that you guys your week ends with a bang and you have a restful, rejuvenating, wonderful weekend. And I look forward to seeing you in our next review. Bye for now.